So we're live.
It looks that way. What's up? Hello, we're back.
Test number 2. Me hosting the live stream test. And it actually worked. I had a good teacher.
Thank you. Yeah, it looks smooth. Your video looks about as smooth as it can get.
I'm trying to do some movements.
You sound just fine. You could try maybe sharing your screen again, share a website, make sure it pops up and runs just fine.
Yeah, let me do that. I think I'll be quicker this time.
I got the soundboard up and running, so we got some music.
We do not care.
I'm able to add
that's nice
all
to have
kinds
some.
of, yeah, I can add custom stuff. So what I'm going to do is there's a video I found on YouTube. Somebody clipped together like 20 of Mike Tomlin's best sayings, and I'm going to record that sound and clip it, and then save them all as soundboard clips. So I can just click a button and you'll get a Mike Tomlinism, and I'll just have a whole soundboard of just him to access at any time. And so anytime Mike says something silly, I can have a Tomlinism at the ready.
Obviously.
I think it'll be quite awesome. Yeah, the soundboard thing, I'm having some fun with it because, like I said, this program, Voice Mod, is really useful, and it's pretty easy to set up. It only took me a day to mess with it. And there's some bugs, but I'm working them out, and
right.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you could save a handful of things that you can utilize.
Well, I mean, if you can get really crazy with it. So here's one for you, okay? You're a Trump fan, right?
I am.
Know that Donald Trump, the very best team, he loves the Steelers. He can't get enough of the Steelers. The Steelers are the best team ever. Greatest team of all time. Better than 31 other teams. 32 if you include the Oilers. The greatest team. Huge. How did that come through? Come through with the Trump voice.
That's great.
Isn't that wild?
Here's the funny thing that so I've called up as Caitlin Clark's body parts before to the Two Dumb Yinzers. I also call up as I'm Paul Skeens' mustache and other characters.
Yeah, I've heard that one. They mentioned that one before.
So something like that would be fantastic to be able to really disguise my voice, you know?
This is Jeff.
Or Freddy Krueger.
There's all kinds of them on here.
Now you would need a desktop to add that. You can't add that to a laptop, or?
Oh, you could get it on your laptop. Yeah, it's an easy program. This is the Elon Musk. I don't think it sounds old.
Nah.
Elon's kind of a weird speaking guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of.
Hold on. Sorry, that's just kind of the cool stuff that this thing has.
Yeah, the Trump one sounded really good.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. There's a Joe Biden one that's really good too. But you kind of have to speak with the cadence to make it real, to sell it, because like you could sound like the voice but still not sound like the celebrity that they're mocking.
Right.
Because you're not, especially somebody like Trump. He has a cadence. He has a certain way of speaking.
He does.
He uses words like huge. You know what I mean? You have to say it that way if you want it to sound okay with the voice. What was the other one?
Yeah, I plan on building a studio at some point here, hopefully by spring, and really have a nice setup. But with work and my hobbies, that's like pretty low on the list right now.
Trust me, I get it. I got into the podcasting thing, years ago, and started learning all the basics. And the tech was not where it is now. So like the thing was, I should have had I got like a mixer and a certain microphone and did all that, and you had to run the mixer into your PC, and they didn't have all these fancy programs that they have now, like these soundboard programs. Even like 8 years ago, that wasn't a thing. So I hadn't really messed with it for the last couple of years. And then in the last few months, I started kind of getting back into the hobby again and just learning a little bit more about it, and just was kind of blown away by some of the tech and websites like Restream. This didn't exist when I was into podcasting before. You know, I was into podcasting before, right when Facebook Live first started, like first became a thing, and you can go Facebook Live from your phone. That's what I used to do. Is I would just go to Facebook Live with my friends and just literally just talk for hours. It was a great time.
Well, my cousin's kid, he's 18. He was helping me with some of the stuff, and I kept explaining to him, and he was like, "No, no, no. You've got to do Zoom, and then you have to do this. You can't just stream." And I'm like, "Yes, you can." And
Yes, you
like,
can.
and then he was like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know this existed."
Yeah. StreamYard
Yeah.
is like you mentioned it earlier,
Yeah.
StreamYard. I know that some of the because I watch some podcasts and live streams on YouTube and Spotify and whatnot pretty often. I'm into that stuff. I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of YouTube. And so a couple of the channels that I follow do live streams, you know, once a week or once every other week. And recently they all switched to StreamYard. And you know it because it pops up the little icon, you know what I mean, on the screen. And you see it. And one of the podcasts I follow is actually like a professional podcast. They did an ad for StreamYard and they talked about it and said that this was like that episode was their first episode using that website. And so I checked it out and I was kind of blown away by what it was capable of. And I made an account on it, but I never really used it. I kind of just dabbled and messed around with some of the settings. And then, yeah, a few weeks ago when Mike invited me on to the show and he told me he uses Restream, I had heard of Restream and I knew that it was a similar service to StreamYard. And he invited me in and I was kind of blown away by how easy it was for me to just come in. I didn't have to download anything. You know, I just clicked the link and I had to set up my Facebook or not my Facebook, my YouTube or whatever, my Facebook. I did set that all up, but it worked out really cool. I was kind of shocked at how well it worked. So it's a good website. I like it.
Well, I could tell you I already messed something up. This is typical me. I am not streaming on my YouTube.
Oh, it's streaming on my YouTube.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder how I missed that.
Okay.
I wonder, what part I didn't
Yeah.
link my YouTube to it. Like,
Let's go ahead and end the live.